over here in the bottom left side, fighting for Team NV, the Red Rodals player, Creator.
In the top right, from Alpha X, his name is ZOUN.
You know what? Not only is the bottom bar, the Creator and ZOUN backwards, right? ZOUN should be on top and Creator on the bottom. With the two bars there. Also on the top, Alpha X should be on the right and Team NV should be on the left.
Oh, you know, it's just a small little thing. I don't think
My brain. It hurts.
The numbers are all jumbled. I can't tell what's going on.
Man.
Or innovation in like a robot, you're looking at it, you're like, that does not compute. Numbers do not match up.
No, understand. How can player be this supply and that supply at the same time?
But right and top does not equal left and bottom. Yeah, it's just a small little thing. I don't think it's gonna matter too much. But yeah, heading into this PvP. Actually, we're heading on to Oxide, not Jagannatha, so the infographic there was just a little bit wrong. Oxide, as we saw before, a bit more of a defensive map. Of course, we did see, I believe it was a Zest versus... I'm already forgetting the player's name. Wow.
What's his sorry,
Zest versus Maxted. Yeah, we already saw Zest versus Maxted on this map.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty easy map to take your natural base on. I don't think there's any Protoss who says, all right, I'm gonna try and be aggressive, because it's so hard to push up that ramp. And of course, we do see the pylon blocks coming down from both sides. This has kind of been the flavor of Protoss as of recently, is the pylon block. Sometimes into the Cybercore. I'm not really sure about the math of it, but I think it just works out that if you do it and your opponent doesn't, you do end up getting your Nexus just a little bit faster.
Yeah. Also, it forces out the Zealots and just annoying stuff, right? It delays quite a bit. It's a weird dance that is happening nowadays, but oh well. What is Creator building though? He's only now getting his Cybercore. Already his Stargate's on the way for ZOUN.
The Stargate for Creator here is really a lot later, so ZOUN should just have the advantage.
What the hell?
He went for this, yeah. So Creator went for the Cybercore block.
All right,
on the Nexus.
Crazy.
Meanwhile, ZOUN just actually didn't even do any of that. He recognized the Creator was sticking on one base, so he didn't even bother.
But
he is going to slow down.
Just completely forgot about it entirely.
Yeah.
It's just like, why is he building a Cybercore now?
The first time I saw this build, I was like, wait, what? Why is that so late? And then I was like, okay.
Just tunnel visioning that production tab, and I'm just looking at it there. I'm just like, what in the... Anyway.
Yeah, so ZOUN here going for the Void Ray versus the Stalker. Both players doing a full wall. Very, very interesting. Either wanting to deal with any Adepts just trying to get up their two bases, and Peter, of course, going to scout out the fact that this is Void Ray is going to keep on the Phoenix production. Phoenixes haven't really been in style for a while here.
I believe if you make Phoenixes versus the Void Rays, the Phoenixes should win out. Ultimately, you just gotta watch out for the the Void Ray plasma cannon activating.
Yeah, you just have to pull back. So it's a bit of a micro battle. Of course, if the Phoenixes stand still, they do end up getting picked off. But I do like this. I haven't seen Phoenix in a while, and they're a very, very fun unit. So, well, it's going to be interesting to see how Creator micros this, especially if he can pick off, the Void Ray and the Oracle while they're alone. 3 Phoenix or so should be able to do that. Mm-hmm. And with both players getting up their natural Nexuses, it's all going to be about that transition afterwards. Does Creator stick on the Stargate tech? I mean, that's definitely a possibility if he wants to.
Yeah, good point. Could try to incorporate some robo tech as well if he wants. Usually that is where they like to take it to afterwards, but we'll see. We see a Twilight Council here from ZOUN. And that's the robo for Creator. Creator being a bit more orthodox, I would say.
Oracle gonna come in, get 2 kills. The Phoenix will be able to chase it down. As long as this is microed well, should be able to get... Ooh, missed micros it. Doesn't get the 6th probe.
Yeah.
While Creator on the other side gets 3 of his own. So in the end, the trades are pretty even on the workers' side, although Creator comes out on the worst end of it.
Yeah, actually 5 workers ahead here for ZOUN. Pretty good. Just a bit worried what his next follow-up plan is here. He's going to go for the Blink, it seems, the +1 attack. So just Blink Stalkers can be very strong, of course, against the Phoenix army. Good way to deal with that. But then with the Robo behind this, let's see what type of production we're getting out of Creator. Is he going to try to get Disruptors, Colossi, or is he just going to stick to the Immortals? Clearly, Immortals will be quite strong against those Stalkers, of course.
I think it's a bit interesting to see kind of the different styles that we, you know, in the 2 PvPs that we've seen today, just how different this game is from the first one with Zest and Max said. But just stylistically, I think the top level Protoss have been favoring more so the aggressive Blink plays, you know, trying to mess up your opponent early on. And we're seeing both Creator and ZOUN just kind of say, nah, actually, we just want to macro up on 2 bases here, get our tech, get our army, and then we'll, you know, maybe we'll move across the map and try and get some work done.
Yeah. I guess it's because both of them went with the Stargate, right? It's hard to really get aggressive that way. At least you can't, it's impossible to do a full-on offensive, I suppose. Maybe with the Void Race and the Stalkers, but I mean, with that many Phoenix around, very difficult to get yourself across the map.
It's so easy for them to just pick off reinforcements, and
yeah,
both players are being very good about scouting each other as well, which is something to note here as a little bit of a scrap there. Phoenix going to actually take down the Void Ray.
Ooh.
And
Not sure
so that's a nice little pick off there, but he did lose 2 Phoenix, so Creator drops 2 Phoenix, but he can just actually start to try and pick off some probes here. Was a little bit out of sync there, but gets 3. Might lose another Phoenix for it. Last one's gonna go down. 2 Phoenix left. And looks like both these players. Yeah. Huh. Okay. I guess Creator's not confident in his ability to produce a ground army to replace that just yet, as he's getting out his Immortals and his extra gateways. But ZOUN is getting up his Nexus a little bit faster. Just a tiny little tempo advantage for him there in getting the 3rd base. Creator has some money here, so he should be putting down his pretty soon.
I would hope so, yeah. I think he's in a pretty good position now. He has pretty beefy force with the Immortal and the Sentries there. Phoenixes can come in, of course, as well, lift up some extra Stalkers. So, should be able to defend this location for now. Getting aggressive for both players still kind of feels out of the question for the time being. So yeah, we're just going to stick to maybe a bit more Phoenix harassment, but probably the next tech units will arrive before we see either of them really commit to an attack. Probably Charge Archon here for ZOUN, and well, also Charge coming in for Creator, but no High Templar Archives just quite yet. As if I missed it. Oh, there it is.
As soon as you said it, it's like he heard us. He was like, ah, right, yeah, I need to get back to my Archons.
Of course.
As we have both players just kind of heading into the same spot here. We're going to see Charge Lots, we're going to see Immortals, and we're going to see Archons. Now, ZOUN does have the advantage here in the fact that he's getting his +2 already. He was a bit ahead in that upgrade. But his Immortal production, I think, does he even have a Robo facility? I don't think he actually has one. Okay, no, he does. He's building a Warp Prism out of it. But he's going to be behind in the Immortals. And this is going to be interesting, but in the end, it shouldn't really affect anything too much because both players are going to be going to the exact same spot, getting Archons, getting Immortals, getting Charge Lots.
Yeah, the Zealot Archon composition really comes down to a lot of positioning, right? If you get the better surround, if your Archons get better connections with the enemy Zealots before their Archons get connections onto yours, stuff like this, a lot of positioning. As it is with a lot of StarCraft 2 games, I suppose. But still, with this one in particular, when you're having the exact same armies, it does come down to how well are you positioned against your opponents. So far, a lot of Stalkers here. Not that many Archons for ZOUN. See if he will be able to get some work done here. The army supplies are around the same, which is a bit worrisome for ZOUN since there should be shield batteries available for Creator. A bit of that army
his
supply
army
also in Phoenix, of course.
But all in all, Creator's army should just be higher value. Again, he has more immortals, and he's also been pretty much nonstop producing Archons. He's had enough gas. He actually had a bank that was working up to do so. In exchange, he did kind of delay his upgrades, so you already have Joan working on his +3, while Creator's only just finishing his +2. And as well, you have the 4th base coming down for our blue Protoss from Alpha X. So all in all, this is a matchup of Creators saying, I'm going to, I'm going to build a stronger army, but I am going to sacrifice a bit of the upgrades and a bit of the economy here, just have that be a little bit low later. As a result, you really shouldn't take any damage from this attack.
Yeah, it's just gonna continue on the forwards. With a War Prism as well across the map. I mean, that shows that you have good confidence in your defenses, right? I mean, sending some units across the map, you realize you don't need everything at home to hold this. Nice snipe on an Archon. Pretty good. There's another hit squad on the right side there for ZOUN. Creator is moving in with the War Prism as his main army force is moving in on the 4th base.
A massive warp into the main. Zealot's now getting onto the 4th, and at the same time, Jones just pulling the trigger on the counterattack, brings some of his army back with the Archons to deal with the drop. Also using the Stalkers and the Zealots to kill the 3rd. This is a full-on base race out of nowhere. So far, it looks like Creator is the better end of the main base, and his army here, again, it's just higher quality. He has more Archons, he has more Immortals, but his base is dying faster. Joan managed to get onto the natural, and now, if that +3 finishes for Joan, that actually might be massive.
Yeah, I would like to see ZOUN try to make a move towards the production facilities here. Make sure that there's nothing else really happening. Okay, he's going to make the recall happen. He did kill 2 bases. He still has Zealots there. So probes are falling still. There is another Nexus available here for Creator, of course. And I'm not entirely certain if ZOUN knows about it.
And he's also getting a really massive trade here, cleaning up a lot of the Zealots that were left behind from that recall. So, all in all, Creator does come out ahead here. He has a better army, again, in quality. Upgrades will be in favor of Joan, but Creator, again, has that 4th base that he can now mine from. So, really, surprisingly even, but it feels like Creator had just the better army to pull off that base trade, had the better position to do so.
There is still Blink available here for ZOUN, and there's no Blink available for Creator. So maybe if ZOUN plays a cautious game, he might be able to snipe away with those Stalkers, some units. It's gonna be rough. I mean, economies here are very low, but gets an hallucination.
I think Creator realizing that he can't start his +3 now. Actually, he starts up +1 shields for his Archons, which is like one of the only upgrades he can get. And just like, I need something here. I need an upgrade because I'm going to be behind. So he grabs that, and I don't really mind it too much. Stalker's going to push forward first, try and see what they can pick away at, but the Immortals can zone them back. And this is a dance here that Joan really needs to win because this is his army. He needs to try and win with this because Creator can just macro up, and he's fine with being in that position. He's gonna pull the trigger. Zealots first, Stalkers in the back, jumping on top of the Archons actually, but there are so many Immortals here for Creator, so many Archons closing in on that concave. I just don't know if Joan has enough. Creator's army, again, is just high quality, it is high value, and he's gonna completely crush that.
Yeah, not the best fight for ZOUN there, unfortunately. We'll have to make a retreat, and doesn't have much to retreat to. Still has a little bit of mining happening there, but that is everything that's really happening for him. The Stalkers try a desperate move again to catch something, but even that something is still too much for him to take out. Creator takes game number 1 here, and puts Team NV 2-1 on the overall leaderboard.
I'm just gonna say, I love how emotional Creator is sometimes. Well, it's like his downfall at points. Like, you saw him at the bottom there, like celebrating, throwing his hands up, and then he like claps back in his chair, and it's just Creator again. He's a fun player to watch because he is so invested in this stuff. He does really like put a lot on the line. It's kind of similar to Beyond, I think, back in the day, where Beyond was very open about it, where he would just put everything out there. He would go all out, and he would show it if he was sad that he lost or if he was happy that he won, and it's great to see. But Creator gets the game 1 victory. Again, just the higher quality army. And in a situation, even if you have that upgrade advantage, it doesn't really beat the fact that he has 3 more Archons, he has 3 more Immortals, and you're still on equal supply.
Yeah, yeah, it's a scary thing, and again, I'm not sure what ZOUN could have done differently there. Maybe with the Blink Star, because I mean, there were still 2 bases available with the aggression. He had the Wild Prism. Maybe try to force a split up or something, but definitely the head-on engagement there was not the way to go.
I also think had ZOUN managed to snipe that 4th Nexus, if he had just split off some of the Zealots that were, you know, just kind of stuck killing pylons in the natural base after he recalled, he could have killed that base and been in a much better spot, but I don't think he realized that it was there. He didn't know that it was up.
Yep.
And so it just results in Creator being in a great spot, just sitting back and waiting for the attack to happen because he knows that ZOUN has to attack him. And that being said, now there's a chance that we can head into this next match tied up 2-2. There's a chance that Creator takes this.
That would be really good. Stray otherwise will be kind of forced to win 2-0 otherwise, in order to give Alpha X a chance to win this match.
And I mean, against any other player, I might say that Estrella could do it, but it's Maru, and Maru, as he said in IAM, he's feeling so much better since you know, he started getting his shoulder treated, and it's very apparent in his play. He just looks so much more consistent, and it's going to be, you know, exciting to see. But we get into match 2, or set 2 of match number 2 for this matchup, and onto Death Aura. Do we see the Cannon Rush? I don't know if either of these players does the Death Aura Cannon Rush.
I think I've seen both of them do it at some points in time, but will they do it here? You know, not just representing themselves, they are representing their team. Will they bank it all on a strategy like that? We'll see. Top left side, Team Envy's Red Brodels. He is Creator. Red Brodels. What's supposed to come out, but yep.
Close enough. In the bottom right, he's your blue Protoss. His name is Joan. Do we see a cannon rush, or is this just standard play? And it looks like no early probe from either side, so don't think we should be seeing too much aggression here. Now, Death Aura, despite the fact that it seems like it should be a very, very small map with the speed zones, with how that allows you to move across the map. In reality, it is actually, I think, one of the largest maps in the pool. It is absolutely massive, and so a lot of times you do see this end up going into macro games because, as you know, just in Protoss versus Protoss, it's very easy to hold the ramps up to your natural and third. So a lot of times we do see this head into, you know, 3 base armies going up against each other, the fight to take that 4th. I think as well, people seem to favor disruptors on this map just because it is so open, and there are just like those tiny little chokes that you can kind of play with. Yeah, something else we're seeing right now develop in this game is a little bit interesting. We're seeing ZOUN opting to put all his buildings inside of his base, right? Not near the wall or near the ramp, anywhere there. Could be a bit of an opportunity here for Creator to get in there with those adepts, of course. It looks like ZOUN now adding in a pylon there as well. Might still try to plug it a little bit. But it's interesting. Of course, it helps with any early aggression from Stalkers or Immortals, or even Void Rays. If they come in and pressure you, and your buildings are right at the edge of the high ground, and they are easy pickings, right? Usually they will get sniped off quite easily, so you're a bit safer against that. And it's easier to run into your own main base in case of War Prism harassment. But again, those adepts, how many times have we seen people lose because 2 adepts got into the main base? Yeah, and Joan's not even going to see them pop out. He does turn back around with his probe, which is nice. So he'll know that adepts are coming, but as you said, he doesn't have a wall. He built that in the back just in case there was that early aggression. It's so much safer for him. This might be, you know, a bit hard. He's going to have to keep all of his units back, and we do also have Joan going for the Stargate, so he's not going to have as many early units as you would probably like to defend against this.
Yeah, it's, well, we'll have to see. He does have the 2 Stalkers out on the map, and they will find these 2 adepts. That's already pretty good. We'll have to give chase. Will he let those adept shades finish? I think he will. I don't think he did.
Nope, ends up canceling them. Creator with a much faster Nexus here, actually. Just confident to take it on this map to go for that early natural base and defend whatever Joan tries to throw at him.
Yep. Yeah, ZOUN going for the quickest Stargate instead, right? And we'll see what he manages to get done with that. He didn't cancel it, right? Okay, no, that's the Oracle right now. Yeah. Yeah, the wall is completed, so that is nice. Safe against those adepts now as well. So it does seem like everything is coming quite nicely together here for ZOUN.
It looks like, honestly, it's a bit kind of surprising after the flavor of PvP in the past month or so at the highest level. We've seen so much aggression, so much craziness from players, and action all across the map. And it is kind of nice to see both of these players actually kind of opt to sit back and be comfortable in their macro and try and win it that way. They're trying to get damage, they're trying to poke across the map, but as it is, none of them have really found anything, and this Oracle will be the first real, I think, threat for Creator.
Yeah, it's a cool way of how StarCraft 2 develops, or tends to develop, right? With, oh my god, those adepts are getting in, the Oracle as well. Hold up. Actually, that could be a lot of damage. No shield battery here, so even one adept could be enough to deal quite a bit of damage here. He's not targeting them to the fullest degree possible. But still 6 kills. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Could have been a bit more, a bit of miss micro, but still only loses 2 adepts, keeps the Oracle alive, so Creator has to be mindful of that, and it means that one is now slightly ahead in the workers, despite the fact that his natural base was slower. So it really is a good position for him now, where he's comfortable to go back, get his blink, get his robo facility. But once again, Creator, he's being greedy, and he absolutely has the ability to, because Joan is not showing any attempt to move out here, so he's taking that extremely quick third.
Yeah, seeing that he was able to deal with the 2 adepts and the Oracle now in the corner, he knows that he's, a little bit free for the time being to do what he wants. I like that ZOUN, he's not taking this third base, right? This is something we saw with Maxat versus Zest, where with the DT harassment, right? DT harassment kind of did a little bit, got him a bit ahead in the work account, but ultimately trying to get a third base, a lot of tech things, and then just dying to a counter attack. So looks like ZOUN is taking that possibility with the respect that it does deserve. But at the same time, all right, that third base now, of course, is going to be a lot slower.
That's going to be like a whole minute behind here. He will have his upgrades sooner once again, but I think this was how Joe needed to play it. Of course, he went for the Stargate. Ooh! Adepts almost get in. One will find its way in. No shield battery, so he should be able to get 3 probes.
Oh no, Joe!
Oh, he locked his own stalkers out. Never mind. He's going to get 4 probes. Probably a nice force field again to stop that, but still just a little bit of damage there.
Yeah, some lost mining, a couple of probes. And Creator, I mean, with that third base already producing, you can see that he is now taking a nice slight lead in the work account. ZOUN once more opting to go for the Zealot charge Archon army, I would believe. Though previously he was mostly still banking on a Stalker composition. Previous time. Not as many Zealots as you would normally see with the Zealot Archon ball, right?
Yeah, and in the first game that we saw between these two, Joan went really heavy into the Blink Stalkers, but this time he's actually kind of pulling out at a very small amount, instead trying to get up his gateways a lot sooner, trying to make sure his army is bigger. And I think that's just because he realized that in that last game he just ended up losing because of an army quality issue, where he had a majority Stalkers and Zealots, and then when it came to the high tier tech units, he just didn't have as much, and Creator was able to win the fight off that.
Yep. And no Templar Archives just yet for full ZOUN, but it's coming in for Creator here.
Oh my.
Robo Bay and another Robo. Interesting.
So we might see some disruptors coming out. We also have the 4th base from both players coming down at the exact same time. So really, this is even faster than I feel like most games go into the macro stage on this map. This is them just saying, all right, you know what? You do your thing. I'm going to do mine. We'll sit back and 2 minutes. 2 minutes. All right, and then we'll go. And then we'll go attack each other. Is nice. Nice job getting that stasis trap out of the way, but Creator can't really push too much with the stalkers.
Yeah, but it's still nice. Yeah, that is gone. We'll be able to run by there at a later point in time. Or ZOUN will have to invest some more energy into re-establishing that trap. Yeah,
as it is now.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about this double robo, and curious to see if it will be the disruptors. Most likely it will, seeing how many blink stalkers he's going for. It's just the Zealot charge Archon Ball, though. I mean, it can work if you get the disruptors to shoot early enough. But if the Zealots already wrap around you, it becomes a very difficult thing to control those disruptor shots, right?
Yeah, I mean, the matchup is certainly strange. It can work out for the disruptor player, again, if you get some big hits while they're still charging out at you or while they're clumped up, but it requires quite a bit of micro, and Creator as well. I mean, he's just ahead. Disruptors are great when you're behind, but with Zealot, Charge Thought, Archon, if you just have more than your opponent, it's so hard for them to fight it because you get on top of their army so quick, and especially with an army like Stalker. Oh! Good.
Very nice there from ZOUN. Kept going further forwards with the disruptor shot. Knew they had to blink backwards. Maybe that is just something that kind of worked out for him.
Yeah, this is a big attack. Oh, that might be a massive hit.
Status Trap does secure them, though. Quite a couple of Stalkers stuck there as well. I think ZOUN should be okay for the time being. Might be able to get a really nice timed disruptor as they leave the Status Trap here.
Ooh, and a nice counterattack as well. He has to time disruptor shot, though, on the other side. Gonna send it out, looking for the hit. It's a massive one against the Zealots. But here comes the rest of the army from Creator. A massive hit onto the Stalkers. Another one onto the Zealots. And you know what? Maybe the Disruptors can make it work because that was absolutely huge. But now in the straight up fight, nice warp in to keep the Disruptors out of the line of fire. They're gonna have their next shot. Creator does 12 probes in the back. Another shot kills most of his army. Stalkers going down. This is a massive fight for ZOUN.
Gets the Immortal as well. Yeah, ZOUN doing a lot of work here. We'll be able to shut down the third base as well. Getting a lot of probes killed off here. And that's the last bit of Stalker that is available. If they get all those disruptors, maybe this would have been okay. But no way that is happening right now. Creator has to just kind of run back and lick his wounds.
I mean, he tried to kill. He tried to just end the game right there with that attack, but the defense was too good. The disruptor shots, the stasis traps, all of it set up perfectly, and that means that there's going to be the GG. We're going to get tied up 2-2 as we head into the next match, and this is going to be interesting.